Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
A Reckoning in Mercy by T.E. MacArthur is a classic Western ghost story set in 1888 northwestern New Mexico, where Eli Mercer, a haunted drifter with an unwanted connection to the dead, rides into the town of Bendición during a violent storm and finds himself pulled into a fight involving corrupt lawmen, racial tension, old land claims, a condemned Hispano man named Don Santiago de Alvarez, and a determined woman doctor, Eleanor. What begins as a desperate search for shelter turns into a supernatural reckoning, with ghosts, guilt, and human cruelty all pressing in from every side. MacArthur doesn't treat the setting like painted scenery. The desert, the river, the storm, and the town all feel alive and often hostile. I could feel the grit, the damp heat, the pressure in the air before something bad happened. The book leans into the western side of its genre, with horses, guns, gallows, land disputes, and frontier politics. But the ghost story elements are woven in as something more than decoration. The supernatural feels tied to memory and violence, not just jump scares. That worked for me because I felt like it gave the story weight. Mercer could have been a familiar wandering gunman, but he's more interesting than that. He's scared, guilty, proud, and trying very hard not to care until he clearly does. Eleanor is another strong point. She's brave without feeling polished into perfection, and her presence sharpens the book's ideas about who gets power, who gets believed, and who is allowed to stand in the way of injustice. The book is candid about prejudice and social hierarchy in the Old West, sometimes bluntly so, and while that can make parts of the story uncomfortable, but I think that discomfort is part of the point. The prose is big and stormy, matching the story's mood. Some scenes use heightened, dramatic language, especially during the action and supernatural moments, but that intensity fits the story, because this isn't a quiet little ghost tale. It's dusty, bloody, strange, and restless. I would recommend A Reckoning in Mercy to readers who enjoy Western fiction with a paranormal edge, especially those who like morally wounded heroes, strong historical atmosphere, and ghost stories that are really about what refuses to stay buried.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.